This is the visual CAM interface, and looking at some parts that you'll need to be aware of. The first we'll start at is the menu bar here along the top. And the first piece that you'll need to be aware of is under File. We can open Rhino files directly here. Notice here on my desktop I have some Rhino files. By default, this program will come up with visual CAM part files or visual mill part files. Those are the native drawings. So you'll always need to make sure that you pull down to Rhino. The Rhino files will show up. Rhino is the 3DM file extension. I'm going to open this one as an example. So here we have the part that's brought in. We can also import drawings so that we can import drawings on top of others, so if we want to bring parts in as overlays. Additionally, under Preferences, if we come down to Display Preferences, notice how the drawing looks right now. If we go to Preferences, Display Preferences, and we set Display Curve and Region Start Point and Display Curve and Region Arrow Direction, we will see now on the drawing we have this little white box. This indicates where the drawing line starts. In most cases, this will be where our tool will enter, and the little arrows will indicate the direction that the tool will move in. So for this center box here, the tool will enter the line at this point and cut in this direction, a counterclockwise direction. So that's very handy to know. Also under the visual mill, notice here on the side we have the machine operation tab and the tools tab. If you lose these by closing them by accident, notice there's an X up here. If we hit that, it closes the window and it goes away. So if we close this one, we'll notice we lose the little tab. If we go under visual mill, we can turn that tab back on, and so now we have access to that again. So if you lose those, just look under visual mill and you'll find them. Next we have the view bar over here, and this does standard view type operations that you're used to in Rhino. We can zoom to a window, we can zoom to extents. If we want to see a specific piece, we can zoom in using that. We can change our view down here, so if we wanted to see the isometric of this, we pull down and look at the isometric. So now that we can see this and see other parts from there, we can also zoom in, zoom out. Those typical things are going to be around here. This one here is the dynamic rotate, so we can actually take this and move it around. If you get it out of phase where you can't tell what direction, you can always go to one of the standard views and it'll snap back to that. Additionally, over here we have our geometry toolbar. This is where we can do the drawings. This is a full CAD package just like Rhino, but as I've said in the notes before, Rhino is a more intensive drawing package, and since all of you are already familiar with that, I would recommend just drawing in Rhino and bringing the parts in instead of spending a lot of time trying to figure this one out. The next tabs are the visual mill MOPS file or tab here. This is MOPS, stands for Machine Operations tab. This is where we'll do most of our tool pathing, creating, simulating, and that type of thing. And the Visual Mills Tools is the next one down. That's where we'll actually create tools and create libraries, and those will be covered in another video.